Well, welcome back. Here we are to what episode is it? 111,
Wow.
right? You watched every one so far?
I
'Cause
haven't
know
watched
you're on
every.
my mailing list.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am.
You're
I
on my
haven't
mail-
watched every one, but I'm up there. I'm up there.
This is KatriIna Cotten. KatriIna Cotten has some very big shoes to fill.
Oh, I do, definitely.
Well, GIA Judy takes a little time off. GIA Judy, we love you. We miss you. But we have an interesting story because you know Judy.
Yes.
You know
I do.
Judy from one of our first meetings.
Yes.
When you were actually the candidate to be my assistant here on the podcast with your fashion background and your acting background and your incredible background, and Judy sort of took that from you, didn't she?
She did, but she's doing such an amazing job. So it's like that role is meant for her.
Right? Oh, she did. You know, people would contact us all the time talking about the fact of how the energy the two of us had and still have. We're still great friends. She's still editing. She'll be editing this for us, but she's had some, Judy deserves a lot of success in her life.
She does, yes, she
that's
does.
going on right now. So yeah, you were choice number one.
Ooh.
No, that's so funny, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday, and Judy came in and swept it away from you. Of course, we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Judy. So, GIA
correct.
Judy, wherever you are today, thank you so much for everything.
Big applause for her.
KatriIna Cotten, who has a background in design, and one of the things that we get asked about all the time is design, and Judy was certainly more technical, but KatriIna's more design conscious, and so we're going to be having KatriIna on as I'm not sure the new assistant is is it appropriate? Like, what do you think?
We could just say, the Hollywood diamond
Hey,
reporter.
exactly.
We got to throw some bling to that name.
Right? Who has an opinion on just about everything, though. So I don't think we'll have anything we won't be leaving any stone unturned.
Yes.
And today we're going to talk about that. I hear we're going to hear about J-Lo.
That is correct. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they've been in the media, one of the hot topics. So.
Right? Amazing. Yeah. And it's amazing to me that Ben's only given her 3 engagement rings at this point.
Well, there are some people out there who don't even receive one.
Right?
So Jennifer
what
Lopez,
the hell?
you are a
Only
lucky
3
girl.
J-Lo?
No, not only. She had 3.
3 multi-million-dollar engagement rings.
That is correct.
Yes. The when I had my offices in the World Trade Center, where I was for 22 years and took a seaplane back and forth to work, J-Lo was staying there, shooting a movie. J-Lo and Ben. This is when Ben got busted being a little bit promiscuous. Just
Yes.
just after
that.
the 8-carat, no, 6-carat
That is
pink.
correct. Yeah,
Diamond.
pink diamond,
And one
yes.
of my employees at the time was at the entrance to the Pan Pacific Hotel where she was staying and actually put her finger on J-Lo's, she explained who she was.
Yeah.
And she put her finger on J-Lo's pink diamond.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that means anything, but
She added her touch to it.
she had it, exactly.
Well, I will tell you with that ring, at that time of 20 years ago, it was at a value of $1.2 million, that ring.
Right.
And I know with pink diamonds being so rare, especially with the Argyle diamond mine that closed in 2020, and they used to mine pink and purple diamonds.
Right.
They're so rare that their value increased significantly. So I would believe today people are saying that J-Lo's pink diamond ring is now worth, I think, $2.8 million. Oh my God, I was going to say billion. $2.8 million.
Well, you never know. If you stick that thing in an auction where it's Ben and
Right.
J-Lo,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's going to go for
It
more
will
than that, I can
skyrocket,
assure
definitely.
you.
Yeah.
Right? The
Yeah.
fact that this woman, but I don't think it'll ever see an auction. I mean,
Well, we don't even know what happened to the ring. That was more than 20 years ago that she had that. And there's never been what happened to the ring after. What did she do to the ring? Is it still in a vault in her home? Like, we want to know, J-Lo, if you are watching this podcast, where is your nice pink diamond ring? We want to know.
Maybe we should reach out to her.
That would be a great
Right?
idea.
Like, let's just reach
I
out
would
to
love
her
that. Well,
agent and find out.
we know that J-Lo does love Vancouver. She's done multiple
That's
movies
right.
here in our city.
And one of my employees
And-
touched it, so that's
Oh.
like that's part ownership, isn't
That
it?
is
But here's
correct.
what I would say: as one of the leading pink diamond experts in the world, I'm
Yeah.
a former Argyle authorized partner, which is
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the pinnacle of this industry. You guys, is I'm saying worth much more than 2.8. I'm saying that's at
definitely.
least a $5 million diamond
Oh,
today,
yes.
whether J-Lo wore it or not.
Or not. Yeah, I agree.
The mine that produces 90% of them closed in 2020. You're
Yeah,
absolutely
that's-
right, and it's an extraordinary. It's an extraordinary thing what's happening with the value of these in
Yes.
certain categories.
Yeah,
These
I
pink
agree.
diamonds.
I agree.
They're
We both took a breath because I was about to say, ladies, if you ever receive a nice pink diamond, especially a radiant cut, 6.10 carat ring, you are a lucky girl.
yeah,
because,
as lucky as you get.
Yes.
Well, although nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
here's the dilemma: that same diamond
Yeah.
can be made in a laboratory
Oh, yes, of course.
and be made identical to the pink that's in J-Lo's diamond. And this is the changes in the industry. And so as an investment, the diamond has potential.
Right.
But I don't think that marketplace is going to grow the way it has. I mean, certainly
Yeah.
the white diamond industry has been decimated, as you know,
Yeah.
with laboratory created diamonds.
Oh, yes, we know.
And it's changed forever. And now we're seeing it because of the efforts of LVMH. I'm sure you know who they are.
Oh, yes, we know.
Right? the biggest luxury brand in the world, who owns Tiffany, among other
Yeah.
luxury brands, Dior, those sorts of companies, are now producing laboratory grown diamonds to mimic
Yes.
the exact beauty, and the science is finally here. It's not like a regular laboratory grown diamond because it was expensive. LVMH invested millions and millions, and so I have a stone that just arrived in the office today
Oh,
that is
okay.
a 7-carat
Yeah.
vivid yellow diamond
Wow.
that is certified by the Gemological Institute of America. This is
Wow.
as rare as anything,
Yeah.
as fancy vivid, the highest saturation of color,
Wow.
and also VVS1. Now, this is the GIA. You've heard me say GIA or no way.
Yeah.
And I can assure you, we're the only company in the world right now who owns GIA certified natural, fancy, colored diamonds of consequence. And what I mean of consequence is the most beautiful in the world,
Yes.
right? We'll do an overlay with this. We'll show you the stone when we do it on the podcast. I'm not going to pull it out now, but yeah, it's here, it's beautiful, and it's as rare as anything. And here's the difference. This particular diamond's worth around 60,000 US dollars. If I was to get one that came out of the mine, go ahead, take a guess.
Oof. Are we talking higher or lower?
Much higher. No,
Oh.
mined. 380,000.
Oh, yes,
You
of
got
course.
my numbers backwards, right?
Of course, higher. If they're
Right?
mined,
Like
for sure.
380,000
Yeah.
to 60.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is incredible.
And so if you're a guy out buying diamonds, and now because of the technology, you can't, for the longest time, I could look at a laboratory created diamond out of
Yeah.
a mine,
Yeah.
a white one, and see a difference.
Yes. I know you were
Okay.
telling me about how you
Right?
can see the differences. Yes.
And now there's no difference.
Wow.
Because of the advances in technology.
technology,
And now
yeah.
they've been able to do it with colored diamonds as well.
Wow.
So this is the first one,
Ooh,
and
yes.
I own it.
Oh,
I
my
acquired
goodness.
it.
Yes.
Because the GIA are no way. And for the
Wow.
GIA to call it fancy, vivid yellow.
Yes.
I mean,
Woo.
Google this stuff, you guys.
I
It's one more
know.
example of just what a god I am in the diamond industry.
He is a god, guys.
Right.
You don't know what you're missing out if you
I'm
have
thinking
not.
of changing my name to Adamus.
Oh, I like that.
and getting it tattooed.
That's a good idea. Maybe think about that.
Hey?
You never know that has a ring to it. You know?
That's good.
We
A
can
ring
add some
to it?
sparkle.
That has a ring to it?
Yeah, I like it. That's a nice
I
name.
know, but it has a ring? Like
It has a ring to it.
a ring, like a diamond ring to it?
A diamond sparkling ring. That's what
Okay.
it,
I'll
that's what
point
it
them
sounds
out
like.
if I need to, okay?
I know.
Hey?
But
I don't
it's-
want any of my jokes lost. Make a note of that, please, Neha.
His jokes
None of my
lost.
jokes. Zoom in on them. So that's interesting about J-Lo.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting to update our listeners
Yeah.
about what the heck is going on in the laboratory created diamond industry
And
today.
people need to know.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. When I came across this stone, certified by the GIA, and we are heavy on due diligence, okay,
Yes, you
with our
have to be.
stones. One of the things our clients can count on us for is verification, certification, right? No counterfeit, nothing. We deal with only the sources, which is a reason for our pricing. But this is the only yellow diamond certified by the Gemological Institute of America, the leading educational facility in the world for diamonds, housing the most advanced laboratories on the planet in this range.
Mind blown.
Right?
Yes.
Like crazy.
Yes.
And these things, if it's out of a mine, they're still trying to say that they are a good investment. I'm not so sure anymore because of what we've seen happen with the white diamonds.
Yeah, that is
Now,
correct.
Argyle's a different beast.
Of course. Yes. they are.
Because Argyle Laser inscribed all of theirs. Argyle is the only mine in the world, really, I mean the Canadian mines, yes, for white, for colored diamonds that took the precaution and had the forethought to make their mine completely green,
Wow.
right? So there's
Wow.
no issues with the Aboriginal people who own the land where the Argyle
Wow,
mine.
okay,
By the
so
way,
they
the
were very
Argyle mine was
respectful.
the biggest mine in the world.
Right. Yeah, I was reading about that. Yeah.
All brown diamonds.
Yeah.
And producing a handful a year is what they used to lie about and say. It was more than a handful of pink. I went into offices at Argyle, at their Perth, Australia offices,
Yeah.
where they had pinks going into buckets.
Wow.
But diamond industry myths and misrepresentations
Yes.
being what they are,
Of course.
they would say it was a handful.
Yeah.
The complete production of pink diamonds from Argyle could fit in the ashtray of one of those big trucks, that
Oh my
big
gosh,
mining
incredible.
trucks, right?
Yeah.
It's not true. Right? Sorry, it's just not true. I mean,
Right?
I'm a bit of a mythbuster with that. But it did produce
Yeah.
over 95% of the world's pink diamonds.
Yes, that's what I was hearing.
Right?
Yes.
So if you have a pink,
Yeah.
in certain qualities, not in everything,
Yeah.
hang on to it.
Yes, definitely.
Do you have
hang
any
on
pink
to it.
diamonds?
Unfortunately, I don't. You know,
'Cause
I wish
I had a
one.
boy recently wanting to buy you a pink
I
diamond.
know. That's what you called me.
I told you that, right?
Yes,
like,
you did.
I was a little shocked to see the picture. I mean, you don't need to disclose anything,
Oh my goodness.
but oh my goodness.
oh my
when
goodness.
I need some corrective. Can I get corrective toothpaste, please?
Oh my goodness.
When I saw it was you in the picture with the
Oh my
boy,
goodness.
is that funny?
I am speechless. I don't know what to say. So I guess if you're out there, let's hurry up and get that ring on this finger.
Looking at you, there's probably a lineup of guys who would give you a pink diamond, though.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. So if you're
Can
out
you
there,
get me some pink diamonds, please, Neha, from the vault?
Yeah, you have pink. Let's see them.
Yeah,
Come on.
can I give you one? And
I would love to have one.
what do you do with the relationship when I give you the diamond?
What, like an
Because I know
engagement
you would like to get
ring?
married and do the whole family
I
thing,
would
right?
love to get married.
Yeah, I'm
you
out.
know?
I'm out. That's
It's coming one day. You got to speak it to an existence.
I'm out. Forget it.
manifest
I'm not interested.
I'll get it. But
Once was enough.
now that we're on the topic of colored diamonds,
Yes.
what I wanted to say was Ben Affleck gave Jennifer Lopez the color of the rainbow because we're speaking about her diamonds. You know, we got to the first one that was about 20 years ago, but when they got back together in 2022, I believe so, he proposed to her and gave her another engagement ring. We definitely have to talk about this one because you talk about
Is this
rare
a green
color.
one?
That was the green one. It was an elongated cushion cut. about 9 to 10 carats.
Right.
And they used the HPHT temperature to change the color of the diamond.
I did not know
Right?
that.
Yeah, so that's
Look
why
at what you're
people...
high heat, high pressure,
Yeah.
which is one of the ways
Yeah.
they make laboratory created diamonds.
Yeah, and that's why the color of her
You
ring
just gave me goosebumps with that one. Look at
was
you.
super vivid, and it made it very unique. So and I think they were saying that it was priced at $3 million, that ring. So Ben did his big one when he came back into Jennifer Lopez's life, and they decided to get engaged and get married. He came back bigger and better.
You know, the fact that I know this much now about Ben Affleck and J-Lo's engagement rings makes me a little bit nauseous.
Does
it gives me a bit of a yuck.
Well, I want to know. This is what I want to know. He's given her 3 rings. Where are the rings? Because she is not seen wearing the ring after they filed for divorce April of this year. So now going to the 3rd ring, we're going to keep in sequence. He got her a yellow cushion cut ring. So that's why, coming back to the color theory that you were talking about with the rings, she was seen at Paris Fashion Week wearing that ring just shortly before their file for separation this year, April. So I think she was seen in January with that ring. So people are now questioning what happened to her 2 previous rings.
Yeah, I would be questioning what happened to her 2 previous. Sorry, we're getting a shipment here in a high security office.
Yes.
Is that the shipment? Yeah, okay. So
They're coming.
we'll just keep going on.
But they were saying for the yellow color, it's at 0.1% of those types of diamonds that are in the world to have that color, that rare color. So I'm assuming you are part of that 0.1%. Is that correct?
I'm part of some
Yes.
0.1%. That's for
Yes.
darn sure.
So,
But we are. And so, you guys, what she's talking about is the rarity of diamonds.
Yes.
And the beauty factor. And at the end of the
Yes.
day, there's a new paradigm, mostly because of laboratory created
I know, I've been
processes
hearing it,
like HPHT.
Yes, yes.
And the new currency in the industry, where it used to be all about money and rarity,
Right, yes.
is all about beauty.
Yeah, it's all about beauty. You are so right, because when it comes to celebrities or people in the industry or just regular people who love diamonds, they're trying to make it a fashion piece, even though diamonds were always a fashion piece. But I just think that people who were not educated in a way to understand a laboratory diamond or a mine diamond, they didn't know anything about it. Now they're getting into it. And I think it's becoming more of a hot trending topic, especially on social media with the younger generation as well.
You know, it's interesting because I was just on to Broward County, Florida.
Oh, yes,
In the last 2 days, we have Florida for some reason. I don't know why, but we're a big hit in Florida. We sell a
Yes.
lot of engagement rings, a lot of diamonds into
Yeah.
Florida. I caught a 8.5-foot bull shark off of
wow.
Florida.
Whoa.
Is this the other diamond? Anyway, you're here with us on the podcast. Stuff happens while we're going. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're live
getting diamond
anyways.
deliveries as
Yeah,
we go.
we are live, so you guys are getting it
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
rawest time. So this is amazing.
So, yeah, only the most beautiful in the world.
Yeah.
And that's a very small percentage of the diamonds,
It
but this is what
is.
we do. And now we have our luxury brand, which we're not going to talk about, but which is one of the reasons you're here.
Yeah.
Is for the introduction of that brand of simply the world's most beautiful diamonds.
Yes.
Visually,
Yeah.
and technically
Yes.
the most beautiful diamonds on the planet. And that's where the game is going.
That is
I
correct.
made some predictions, and when you and I first met each other a couple of years ago when you were going to come on the show,
Yeah.
in those days it was 10% were laboratory created.
Yes, I remember.
Maybe 8%, I
Yeah.
think. Now 66%,
It's
2 out of 3
increased.
engagement rings in the U.S.
Yeah.
And jewelry even more so, because
Yeah.
nobody in the world can tell the difference.
Exactly.
Right? It's crazy.
So I'm wondering, is that a blessing in disguise that you can't tell the difference? So it makes it harder for people to know, is this what I'm getting? Is this a quality? Is this a rarity?
What a
That's
thing for a
question.
girl to talk about. Right? And it's an issue.
Eh.
Or it was. Is it real or is it Memorex
Yeah,
type of thing,
yeah.
right? So nobody cares anymore.
Yeah,
The
I think
assumption,
so.
and this is, people ask me about pricing. Look, the mine diamond industry, the price is falling out the bottom.
Yes.
Okay, the prices are falling out the bottom. There's stockpiles of them. The legendary, iconic De Beers Diamond Company has put a halt to sales.
Wow.
They said they're going to do it in November or October now instead of August. So they just completely said no.
Wow.
They blame it on world conditions, but I can tell you guys, it's all laboratory created diamonds.
They're taking
Why
over.
would you pay more after, they took a couple of blows. One of them was the powerful U.S. Trade Commission saying, look, they're the same.
Yeah.
They removed the word synthetic to describe a diamond.
I remember that.
Right?
Yeah.
And-
Because you
and
don't want to go to a store and say synthetic diamond. No one's going to buy that.
That's right.
Yeah,
But
so-
now a diamond's a diamond.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
is
crazy.
correct.
There's
Yeah.
no testers out there that can tell you the difference.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's interesting stuff.
That
and
is.
so
It's very
you've
interesting.
got, I was reading Pandora this morning.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who Pandora is?
Yes, I do.
Do you know they're the biggest jeweler?
Yes.
The biggest diamond seller in the world?
Yeah.
By far.
By far. Yeah.
And they do not sell anything out of mine anymore
I know.
because of the environmental.
Oh, yeah, because the changes to the world. and all
Right?
that. Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah.
And what they were talking about, the CEO was talking about this morning, is the fact that in 10 years, I think it's a lot sooner,
Oh, no.
there will be no more mined
Diamonds.
diamond industry.
Yeah. I agree with that as well.
Right?
Especially with the pace of how everything is going. So, yeah. But you know what? If the industry is booming, you got to jump on that bandwagon. And
It's
You
it's
know?
an expansive industry. Think about the fact that the laboratory created industry has made diamonds available to people who would never normally be able to afford them.
yeah, see,
I
that's
mean,
what
it's
I'm
a
saying.
beautiful
Yes,
thing,
yes,
really.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I said it's a blessing in a disguise, because some people who weren't educated are now becoming educated. And like you said, people who couldn't afford it now can.
That's right.
And, I think that it's such a beautiful market to be in because,
Well, we're still pro-choice.
yeah,
I love
pro-choice.
that, pro-choice. Because you lived in Vegas, right?
I did, yeah.
Pro-choice to you means a lot, really.
Of
a woman's
course,
right
yeah,
to her
yes, of
body.
course.
Well, we think that clients have the right to the diamond they want.
Exactly.
And
I agree.
so, right? We
Yeah.
don't want to, so whether it comes out of a mine or out of a lab, beauty is
Yeah.
still
Beauty
going
is
to
beauty,
be,
though.
right? The currency.
Yeah.
And our prices, we broker, very, like people that I don't think really are understanding yet
Yeah.
our pricing structure and how it's even costs less than your jeweler will
Yeah.
pay for it, which is exciting. And we're busy to the point where we can't even keep up with the volume we have. I was complaining to someone this morning that the problems you pray for in a business.
Oh, yes.
But the world's most beautiful, and I don't pay it lip service. That prices that defy comparison.
Yeah.
And beauty is the value proposition has changed.
Yes.
It's not about buying; it's about owning.
Yes.
And the competition. And so, for example, in the engagement ring marketplace, what a woman does when she gets her engagement ring is goes and sits down with her girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
And they compare.
They compare, they talk about it,
Like blah,
they
blah, blah.
pull things
The
up.
girl who has the prettiest, here's my philosophy: there will always be bigger.
Yes, of
There
course.
will always be smaller.
Yep.
There should never be more beautiful
Of
than
course.
hers. And
Of
if you get her
course,
that, isn't
yeah.
that nice?
I love that. I love
I'm the
how you
middle
said
of
that.
four sisters. I come by this stuff honestly. Is the fact that for her, it's crystallized love on her finger.
Yes.
For guys, it's a business transaction. And the return for the guy is when she has the prettiest diamond in the room, all of a sudden he's the big stud diamond buyer.
That's
Just
how
like
it
I'm the big
is.
stud diamond dealer.
Yes.
Whatever.
You are.
Right?
But you are correct on that. That is,
Right? Like
it's like an
that's-
ego boost,
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's what the guy's looking for.
Yeah.
But they don't know it. You do this once in your life, and you want to get it
Yeah.
right the first time.
Oh, definitely. You don't want to mess up, and then 3-4 times down the line, you're like, okay, here's the right one. So, but you never know. Sometimes that has to happen. So
How come you haven't met Mr. Right?
I don't know. I just think that I'm, very career focused and, into making sure that I can live a life that I want to live.
Can I start to interview the guys?
Yeah, you can definitely interview the guys for me.
Hey?
We can make it work. We can make something happen. But I just think, for me, I'm very career oriented. And like I said, I always thought about marriage down the line for me. And I thought, whoever would be with me.
How old are you, 22?
21.
Anyway, listen, we're going to cut it off. I think,
Okay.
how much time have we been on here? 24 minutes. That's perfect. I've really enjoyed having you
I
join
have
me.
too.
I want you back next week.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, okay?
Let me say, I want to close my fashion. My fashion topic is that if you are out there and you want to, get a little stylish, because of course people can buy diamonds but may not have style, vice versa.
Right.
And like I said, especially with social media, Gen Z, the millennials, so many things are rapidly changing and people always want to know what is the hottest trending topic. And right now in the diamond industry, it is called tennis everything. And what that means is tennis bracelets, tennis necklaces, anything that revolves around that. That's what's trending. So if you want to hop on that bandwagon, even if you don't have a diamond and you're interested in investing in something as your first piece, that's something that you should consider. So I love that. I have a nice little tennis bracelet.
But the sport's so boring.
Well, it has nothing to do with tennis.
Is there any NBA bracelets
I know that
or
would be nice.
NFL bracelets?
They would be huge.
Right?
The diamonds would be bling.
Maybe we're going to have to design something like that now that we're coming out with the
Yes.
jewelry. Who wants tennis?
I mean, tennis is a very
yeah, that's exactly what
dainty
it is.
sport.
And
That's
that's
why
where the whole thing came from
yes.
when diamonds were for the elite.
yeah.
Neha here has her MBA.
Beautiful.
And when I hired her, I thought she said NBA.
Oh.
And so I hired her immediately.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in to
Yes.
111. Thank you so much, KatriIna Cotten,
you. It
for
was my
being
pleasure.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
We will.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
God bless.